just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
And they cash in right away with the quick shot. 6 points for the kid.
Offensively, he can be the engine that drives them at any given time.
And that one's good. Freak.
With that now, only 2 of 7 to start the game. Not the start he was hoping for.
And stolen by Lillard. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. It's stolen by Harris. Pass to Freak. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. From outside the arc. Davis kicks to Aminu. Harris outside. Freak passes to Harris. It's stolen by Green. Fast break. Here we go. Had the opportunity on the break, but couldn't sink the three. Lillard attacking. The Warriors pull it in. Inside from the left block. And the play by Curry as he finishes it off for 2. Curry's got his first points of the game.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim, unabated, in stride.
Early on last year, it was clear Steph Curry was just on another level. Was an MVP candidate right from the start of the season, and he would eventually be voted that award.
And I thought very...
Look at that jam! I mean, just beautiful. Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rack.
Check out the fellas. Check out his teammates over on the bench. So they are going crazy.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Yeah, just a sloppy start. He has got to do a better job of valuing the possessions.
I agree with you, Greg. Already 4 turnovers for him. You've got to trust your offense, and you've got to trust your teammates.
McCollum's checked in for Portland. Golden State also making some changes. Rush comes in for Thompson, and it's Livingston in for the kid. Here's what Portland's going with right now. Turner's checked in for Davis. Henderson comes in for Al-Farouq Aminu. And it's Allen Crabbe in for Damian Lillard. Spates checked in for the Warriors. Harrison Barnes comes in for Andre Iguodala.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Here's McCollum. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
That's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
You just cannot allow the offense to have that quality of a look each and every possession. Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And, Greg, those looks they're allowing are almost automatic. Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
It always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass. And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
Now here is Harris. Here's Crabbe. And now a chance to hear from point guard Damian Lillard. He explains his stoic demeanor.
I was taught to, never.
I would say, Clark, we probably shouldn't expect to see Lillard starring in any reality shows about his personal life.
I think that would be accurate. I mean, Lillard is a young man who is all about taking care of his business and doing what he needs to be doing. I mean, his reality is trying to live up to the expectations for him in Portland.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Trailblazers guys, what do you think?
Just the way they've been able to pound that backboard. I think that's been the difference.
Establishment of a good low post presence, a big part of the success.
We've got Henderson. Harris is out there with Turner. Then it's Allen Crabbe, and it's Freak in at the point guard position. That's the group on the floor for Portland. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. And Thompson sends it back. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson. Now here's Freak. Not a lot of room. 5 to shoot. For 3. And another 3 for Portland.
Really, how about the quick release on that triple there, because he's given up a lot of height in that matchup.
Right on target you are, Greg. I mean, the quick release is what made the difference there. Any hesitation, and that shot is being blocked.
Portland did a lot of things right last year in their 51-win season. The one constant for them was how they, Greg, played defense.
You know, Kevin, they were good all season long in terms of staying focused on that side of the ball. Really made sure to challenge every shot, and with their length and reach, they should be a factor defensively.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Thompson for 3. Portland grabs the miss. Harris has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far. Yeah, you know, as you said, Portland challenged every shot last season. They were a top 10 team in limiting opponents' shooting percentage. They were also best in the league in limiting three-pointers.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Ed Davis is checked in for Harris. Aminu comes in for Gerald Henderson. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Freak. Golden State also making some changes. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Curry. And it's Livingston in for the kid.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here. Agility leads to thievery there as he's got his hand in there to get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
And Clark, that's been the story of this game so far. I mean, they cannot hand over any more easy points in the open floor.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc, and boy, are they taking advantage.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flow. There are a lot of different approaches on defense. Portland challenged shots and didn't make risky plays. They were last in turnovers forced last year, but overall, they had a strong defense.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. McCollum's checked in. Golden State also making some changes. Spates comes in for Draymond Green. And it's Rush in for Andre Iguodala. Here's McCollum. The 3. The shot is off. Good D by Thompson. Kicks to Rush. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Worked that one inside nicely.
And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for the Trailblazers.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, the other thing, though, is they have attacked in the open floor. They're definitely getting a lot of easy ones that way.
And he's able to get it back. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession.
And you know what? His mind's playing tricks on him right now because he's not going to live that one down easily. And how about Harrison Barnes, the Black Falcon? I mean, he was a high school phenom in Ames, Iowa, and a lottery pick back in 2012 after 2 seasons at Carolina. Remember also in high school, he was a teammate of Dougie McBuckets.
Warriors trail by 10. It's Thompson off the drive. Misses from short range.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
And the basket by Lillard.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling. I'll tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something. Extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
He lobs up the alley-oop pass.
Boy, you got to love it. A picture-perfect alley-oop.
A little surprised, though, Clark. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same.
Counts for 2.
Yeah, it does. Almost makes it a little more special, though, when you can have a little bit of grace as opposed to just the full Monty with the power.
And the slam dunk by Spates.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got... in bunches on that two-hand.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim. And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
And the basket by McCollum.
They're working in closer to the bucket here in the second.
Well, the threes weren't falling early, and sometimes seeing a few easier ones go in can renew that confidence.
Thompson, again, Golden State.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Warriors trail by 14. Barnes kicks to Spates. It's stolen by Davis. And now running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. Aminu misses.
It's hard not to go for it when you see the chance for that alley-oop.
Clearly, temptation got the best of him right there, Greg. You take a risk with those long passes. They're lucky the D couldn't collect it.
And here is Barnes, and that's the final possession with the nice defense right there. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Portland out in front. They lead by 14.
Guys, I'm here.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. At the end of the period, they held a